here today to ask you to teach feminism to the next generation. This is because by the time children grow up to become adults, it might already be too late. My name is Liam Butler, and I am 11 years old. I have feminist parents, I am feminist, and if I do have children, nieces or nephews, I would like for them to also be feminists as well. Feminism to me means that everybody can have the same opportunities, that everybody can have the same power, and that everybody can be equal. Stereotypes are a danger, because if feminism is not taught to children, they will end up believing in the stereotypes. When you walk into a toy shop, you cannot escape the stereotypes that surround you. There's a pink section for girls and a blue section for boys. Look at this picture, for instance. You can see a girl. We know she's a girl because she's wearing a pink dress. She's very pleased to see a doll, also wearing a pink dress. But there is a problem with this message. It's that why can't boys learn how to be good fathers? Look at this picture now. Do you recognize him? That's me. How embarrassing. P.S. The embarrassing fact is that I am small, and it should never be about me having the pram in my hands. And why do the colors matter so much anyway? When I was 3, my dad bought me a toy camera. In the shop, all the black ones had been sold, and only pink ones were left on the shelves. When my dad was at the till, and the salesman heard that it was for me, he refused to sell the pink camera to my dad. So he had to wait for the most pointless 15 minutes of his life so that the salesman could go up to the storeroom and come back down with a black camera. But no one would have cared. The problem with stereotypes is that they affect behaviors. For instance, when someone says, "ladies first," this promotes the idea that women are defenseless and delicate. Another classic in my school is "girls never fart." I know, and you all know, we all know that this is just not true. But when children hear this all the time, they start to behave differently. For instance, I have long hair before I had even longer hair. People used to confuse me for a girl. So for instance, if I was in a public toilet, they would ask me to get out. But regardless of how long my hair is, I'm still the same person. It should not matter how long my hair is. I don't want to cut my hair just because people confuse me for a girl. I don't care. Why can't boys have long hair? An adult can either dismantle a stereotype or encourage one. For instance, when I was in sports class, there were 2 teams, one with boys and girls, the other one only girls. In the end, both of them were tied up. So when the teacher came along, she declared the girls in the winner just because they had no boys in their team. This reinforces a stereotype. But in my family, we have a game, and the aim is to, when we see a stereotype, call it out. So even when my sister was 3, and we would enter a toy shop, and that she would see a doll wearing a pink dress, she would yell out, "Stereotype!" Another time, we were in an art gallery with my mum, and she asked me to notice how the men and the women were in the paintings. I noticed that the men were fully dressed in the main part of the picture, while the women were naked or carrying children. Me and my sister know how to notify some stereotypes around us because we talk about it with our parents. But some children don't have adults to talk about these things. Coming to my point, when children grow up to become adults, it might already be too late. As adults, you have a role, and that is to teach feminism to the next generation so that they can grow up in a world with more equality. Thank you.